What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Integrates Podcast. My name is Devin Adams, CEO, and I'm determined to inspire. We have the squad here today. We got Big Tree. You know, he like to drive in cars now. That's his new twist. I don't get it. Why can't you? Where are you coming from?
Work.
All right, cool. I got you. Shape up, bro. It looks good, bro. You know what I mean? For y'all, when y'all go on YouTube, look at it. Look at the side profile. I'm not even going on. You see Professor Hawk?
I know. He's making me feel like
I'm about to say Lopez. He's making you feel bitter and salty as shit. We got. What'd you say? What'd you say, Pat?
2 hours ago, we was all in the same boat, man.
Oh.
Okay. Alrighty. So we got Lopez.
Hey, y'all need to cut too.
I do too. I need to shave my head too. But we already got Lopez. You know, Lopez curlied out, looking fresh to death, aka AKA Dr. Strange, and I'm gonna leave it there. You know what I mean? His family really upset with me. I don't get it. Pat, ask me why they upset.
Why are they upset with you?
I'm glad you asked, Pat, because I think they think that I be trying to pick on Lopez, but Lopez, for real, don't I hit you up when something happens? Don't I, yo, Lopez, you good?
You do. And listen, I had to calm down my peoples, man. They not, see what it is they not used to seeing that and then me not reacting. And and they don't know you. So I said, this is what Dev does. He's the instigator. He's the Pat Beverly, the verbal Pat Beverly. This is what he does. And when you got guys like that, you don't give Pat Beverly a lot of attention, man. You just have to just keep going.
Sure.
It's gonna make him get worse. So I know that. I know that, but my peoples don't always know that. So they're just not used to saying that, but they know it's all love, though. You know, if I'm here. Man. And it's all love.
It's all love, man. It's all love out here, man. Most of the time I be chilling anyway. I be chilling. You see me in the gym. I'm just sitting there chilling. We laughing. So Lopez be spicing it, but it's okay, though. I'm glad to see you this week. Apparently you didn't show up last week. Not surprised by that, but
yeah, I had some things pop up right. Well, I was about to get on, and then
Yeah, we know. It's all good. It's all good.
Yeah.
But I do text him. I text him to make sure he was okay, man.
He did check on me, but this was my wife's birthday was last week, and this was a hard birthday for her because
that's understandable.
So,
but how you said the birthday turned out good though, right?
The birthday party did turn out good. A lot of people came down. A lot of people
built a whole new section of the house and shit.
We did. Well, everything I had to do to get done, paint and all that stuff like was done. So the house looked immaculate when people came over there. So we was very happy about that. We had a nice setup. People, they ate, they drank, they had a good time. They painted pictures, played games, and we played this game. I don't know if you ever heard of it. It's a game where it's something about culture. I can't remember the name of the game, but it has all these acronyms on there. And what it is you describe the phrase, and it's in acronyms. So of course, like it's for us. It's one of those games for us. So if you grew up in our culture, then you should know right away. If I give you a simple,
give us one real quick. Let's see if we can get one real quick.
Come
on, you just played the game, bro.
I did. Well, that was last Friday.
Come on, let's go right now. Boom.
I can't think of
God damn it, Lopez. I want to play the game. What's the name of the game?
It's called something culture. It's called something culture. I don't remember the name of the game.
Is anybody else as disappointed as I am right now, or no? He said.
I think I heard of it before, though.
Did you hear the game? So it's. I don't want to say cancel culture. It's something with culture or something like that. I can't remember, but it is fun though because it's a lot of stuff that we talk about that, and it's funny because I did have somebody who was not of our culture that was at the party that she followed along, but I don't know if she got a lot of the stuff that we was talking about because it's one of the things where if I said to y'all, you know what the room smells like on a Sunday morning when a girl's getting their hair straightened. We all know what that smell is, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Everybody, right? Everybody that's a culture thing. Everybody doesn't know that smell. They'll be like, "What does it mean?" Like, we know what that burning hair smells like when you get straightened out. My sister was getting it done. I'm sure Alex, you had it done. At some point, we smell. If you're in the culture, you understand that. So the cards were something like that. Except they would say something like, "Oh,
he remember now." Good, let's go.
So one of the acronyms might be like, man, let me write it down.
While he writing it down, we also here with Alex, aka Captain Marvel. She's here. On time,
I still gotta do my homework.
Doing good. What'd you say?
I still gotta do my homework on that.
Come on, man. For real, are you serious? Is this amateur hour? Are we joking or? You're laughing. Oh, you're serious? I thought she was playing, Pat. You're for real. You haven't watched it at all.
Hey,
I gotta write that. I've been busy. I gotta write that down though. I got you next time.
You're not that busy. You have to make time. This is important. This is important. Listen, here's what we're gonna do. Okay, watch Infinity War first. That's important. Very
Let me
important.
Yes.
write this down.
Yeah.
Hold on.
God
No,
damn it.
she got-
Everybody writing
she-
stuff patent. What's up, Matt?
if she's gonna commit, she has to watch them in order. Which, Alex, I'm sorry to say, is a week long thing for you to really get the
No.
depth of characters. You have to watch them in order.
So then you telling me, are you going to go all the way back, or can she start at Thor?
It's 22 movies. It's 22 movies. So
you trying to take it?
it's a weekend. It's a week of some change worth of work. But
No,
if
we should do that. We should have a party. We should have like a instant grits party. Everybody can go over Lopez's house. He already got it set up, right, Lo?
yeah.
And I'm not saying we can watch all 22, but we can at least watch watch 2 of them. You know what I mean? Lopez can like shoot a deer in the back, cook us some venison and all that. You know what I mean? I think that might be a good little look. Y'all check y'all sketch.
All right, listen, real quick. So now I'm gonna show you this. Can y'all see this card?
Yes.
All right. If I said, what time does your mom typically say to be in the house?
Before the light.
Before the street
Before the
lights
light.
go off.
Before the
So-
street lights. Yeah.
Right. So that's how it goes. So it said before the streetlights come on. So it's all a bunch of
Oh.
cards with those kind of acronyms where I'll tell you a scenario from our culture and you should be able to get
Gotcha.
it based on the acronym. So
I like that.
yeah, it's a fun game. It's a fun game. We had that game and we had the other one. I can't remember. I don't even try to think about it.
Okay, but no, that game seems kind of fun. I would want to play that.
Yeah.
I'm not even lie. I might try to get that. Find the name. If y'all
Yeah,
find the
definitely
name,
want
just put it in the YouTube comment section or something so we can see. But you said something culture.
Yeah.
And real quick, what did you just write down? Alex you just wrote down the order. He wants you to watch all 22.
Well, y'all can probably send me that later, like the orders of the movies to
No.
watch.
Okay, we'll send you the list later, the order.
Yeah,
We'll
that's
tell you
amazing.
now. Infinity War, very important. Endgame, very important.
No,
And-
Infinity Wars, Captain Marvel, then Endgame.
No, why?
Yes.
Y'all not
'Cause
even
she-
on the same
'cause
page.
she won't know who certain people are when they pop up and what they do.
Exactly.
But
So
Captain
I did.
Marvel.
I saw Endgame. Did I?
No, see, no,
think I
don't
saw
question
it.
what you might have. You just got. You just gotta go back.
No, I swear I saw Endgame in the movie theaters. I swear.
No.
I saw bits and pieces of movies. Like I didn't see them in order. So like Endgame came out. I went to go see it with my boyfriend because he more familiar.
Still not
But
helping.
I
Yeah,
didn't
I know.
know like
Right.
You didn't witness it though. You
Yeah.
saw you didn't witness it.
Thank you.
You didn't
Lopez.
experience it. You didn't
Lopez
experience
is
it.
being real today. Thank you.
All right,
Lo.
so what's the
Experience
order?
it. I told my wife the same thing. She didn't. She saw it. It's an individually good movie, but she doesn't. She didn't.
True, that's true.
If she didn't
Okay.
watch all 22.
Can we agree right now before we move on? Can we actually agree just those 3 movies for now? Infinity War, Endgame, and Captain Marvel. I know you want to put Captain Marvel in the middle, but it doesn't really make you understand anymore about Endgame. She can watch Endgame just like they've done movies before where they put, oh, this person powerful, and then you backtrack. She can watch Infinity War and then Endgame, and then watch Captain Marvel, and then she could be like, cool. No?
No.
Okay, all righty. So Infinity War, that's one of my favorite movies of all time. This dude really did it. Then watch Captain Marvel, and then enjoy the cinematic experience of Endgame because they gotta get organized and get their shit together because that's what that's the why
Yeah,
it's such
that's
a
all
good
it's about.
movie.
Yeah.
Okay,
I got
Agreed.
y'all.
agreed.
Agreed.
Okay, all right. Moving on. Anybody else? Any shout outs for the week? I have a quick shout out. I want to give a shout out to my parents. My parents did a really nice job this weekend talking to me personally about mental health and the importance of it. And I just wanted to say that looks differently for everybody. And y'all can chime in after this, but it can be, you might just need to take a couple of days off. It could be a week. It could be a vacation. It could be, you might need to go on some type of short-term disability and see a therapist. It can even become something where you might need to see a doctor and see somebody for psychiatric evaluations as well. Whatever it is for your mental health, just make sure you're taking care of yourself. And like I said, me going to DC helped mine. And I've been trying to really focus on that. I think my squad knows my mental health journey, and I'll share it in a little bit later. I'm not comfortable sharing it right now to everybody personally, but take care of your mental health, and I think that's important. And I know it looks different for everybody. Lopez, did you have anything that you want to say? Alex,
No,
Checklist.
I was going to say I think that well, I think you had some good points there. I definitely think my take on that is I definitely think there has to be a certain level of self care, but I think that everybody, and I mean everybody,
Mhm.
at some point should seek therapy.
At least therapy.
At least therapy. I think, yeah, I think there's a lot to be gotten from that. I think just especially us in our culture, just waking up the day, going through the day to day stuff is
Mhm.
taxing, whether we acknowledge it or not. And I think that um, there's a lot to be learned from your childhood upbringing to your parents to your lack of parents, siblings, your environment, what you're doing with yourself now, yourself as a parent, like all these things kind of mix together. And if you have a professional who's experienced at understanding how to pull that kind of thing out, I think it's actually a really good thing. And I'll share something kind of personal real quick. I never thought about seeking therapy or anything like that until I got married. That was not something I was even thinking about. I never thought I needed it. I never, and at several different points of my time being married, me and my wife both went to therapy together and individually. And my most recent time, which was probably 2 years ago, I was with my therapist and I had, what they call a breakthrough, that where they actually strike a nerve with something that they're talking to you about that gets you to uh, recognize something within yourself that you didn't know was there. And so I walked in there, and I remember that day I walked in there, and I was ready to participate. I went in there with open mind, saying, "I'm going to participate. I'm going to answer his questions. I'm going to, do all these things." But I did not expect the emotional outpour that happened when he really dug. And it's funny because he looked at me, and he was like, you really need to cry. Like you ain't cried in a while." And I'm like, "Yeah, I haven't. I don't cry. I mean, what last time I stepped on a nail or something like that, but I haven't, just freely done that." He just looked at me and said, like, "You look pent up. You look like you're holding on to a lot." And then he went from talking to my wife to just zeroing in on me. And again, I was open with him, and he pulled out some stuff that I didn't even know was there. By the time I left there, I'm like, I didn't even expect that. The emotion that poured out and stuff that he asked me about and was able to get me to talk about and realize and this is something between me and like my mom who I have a great relationship with, a great respect for, love this woman, and just a realization about my upbringing, a certain aspect of my upbringing that he kind of pinpointed on, just put out this emotional reaction for me that I didn't know was there. And then as a homework assignment, I had to go talk to my mom about it, and it was kind of bittersweet because I felt like it was going to make her feel bad, but it was a way for me to release what I had been feeling and kind of picked up for a while. So I did it. It was a good conversation, but uh, that was the thing that made me say, like, you know what, therapy is real and it can be really helpful, especially if you continually do it. And I think that a lot of people need to first seek it out, and then additionally, if you have been a person who's done it, continue to do it to some degree. Maybe not every week or whatever like that, but to some degree, seek out occasional therapy so that we could get things off your chest. You can unload stuff that you're burdened with, or just have somebody look at you and give abstract opinions, neutral opinions.
Okay, yeah, bro. Anybody else for shout outs or anybody else for this whole mental piece? Because just the important. Anything positive happened this week or anything y'all want to contribute to this mental journey?
I'll go with both. To kind of piggyback off of what Lopez was saying, my own personal bout with mental health. Well, it happened to come through a friend of mine. Like, I do agree that everybody should seek some form of therapy in their life. But when your friends or people that you care about kind of reach out to you and tell you, they're depressed or they're not doing well, sometimes we have a tendency to say, trying to be positive, but we have a tendency to kind of brush it off to say, "Oh man, you'll be all right. It's gonna be okay. Just do this, just do that." And a lot of times we don't realize how deep it goes. I happen to lose like a really good friend of mine because he kind of lost his bout with mental health and depression and all of that. And so that really kind of woke me up in a extreme type of way to just pay attention and try to be more, I don't want to use the word sensitive, but attentive to when I hear those cues, not to just brush it off like, all right, you'll be all right, just keep going. Because sometimes that struggle is really real. So, yeah, I agree with what Lopez is saying. Shout out to Chick Corea, man, who passed away yesterday. He's one of the most
Dude was crazy. Crazy on keys.
Monstrous pianist and even better composer. You know, and he happened to die on Jay Dilla's the same day Jay Dilla died. So I'm just doubly hurt because those are two of my guys. But shout out to Chick Corea.
They monsters, legends. So
yeah.
Chick Corea. Romantic Warrior was a song I heard by my pop.
Oh my goodness.
Alex, what's up with you?
Crazy.
No, I definitely appreciate all of you, especially hearing it from Black men, about mental health, because you normally hear it from women, and you normally hear, more, especially Black women are going to therapy than I think Black men. And I think it's encouraging just to listen to you all guys talk, and to whoever is listening to the podcast, that you can share some insight to them, because I know there's a lot of men out there that think they don't need it, or they just think, oh, I'm strong enough to handle it, or it's some form of weakness. And, I just always I'm in therapy right now. I go once a month, and I look at it as, how can I be a better person? Because if I'm better, then everyone else around me, that will flow onto them. So if I'm able to self-reflect, and I'm not married or I don't have kids yet, but that's something I look, well, how can I be a great mother when that time comes, or how can I be a great wife? So I just look at it like, why wouldn't you want to better yourself or have more self-awareness to, for your health, and for the people around you that love you and you love them. So shout outs to y'all for saying, speaking on that matter. Like seriously, because it can be frustrating when the women are doing the work, and then sometimes the men may not be holding that type of weight, where that self-reflection and seeking a professional. Because if one person's working, then the other person's not, then what does that look like? So I definitely appreciate that from y'all. So that's pretty much everything I wanted to share.
All good. That's what's up. Yeah, so real quick, I wanted to jump into something last week or 2 weeks ago, real quick. I think it was Women's Athletes Week or something. I was seeing a whole bunch of stuff and I wanted to talk about it. Am I right or wrong? Y'all remember? Was it last week or the week before?
It was either last week or the week before, one of them.
Okay, so I was hearing all these names floating out there. So I heard a bunch of names, but I was real surprised, and I want to get y'all take on one name that I didn't hear, that I don't know if they deserve to be on the list or not, but I was just like, yo, put this young on the list. I don't care if you got to take off. And it's been all these lists and all these names. So obviously we know one of the main people on the list was Serena Williams, right? One of the GOATs. It's like a GOAT list. All these GOAT lists I was looking at and just hearing about. Lisa Leslie, first one to dunk. She even owns part of the LA Sparks. She's making moves. Allison Phoenix. I don't know if y'all do track and field, but she wins everything. Came back from a pregnancy and won everything again.
Yeah.
Flojo, Florence Griffith Joyner. They did a study on her aerodynamics and her body positioning when she was running. I'm a track guy. And they said it was the most perfect form of all time, with her foot speed, stride length, and power and form. And I was just like, yo, that's why she was running 10.6, 10.5 seconds. Easy. It was kind of amazing to witness. So we got those. Then we got Mia Hamm. I heard, Billie Jean King, Jackie Joyner Kersey. So then I was even thinking, who's the gymnast that they named this new flip after? Was it Simone Biles or was it somebody else? It's she's the only one in the world that does this dumb flip that nobody else can do. They just named it after her. So she's young enough and coming, right? But the name that I was talking about that I wanted to see, yes or no, just a straight up yes or no, and tell me why. And we're going to start with that one with Alex, just to go out of order, because Lopez he's the first dude in the Zoom jump. Layla Ali, yes or no?
So I don't know too much of her accolades. I know her she was a top female, boxer, but
so yes or no? No, yes or no?
I can't even say yes or no because I don't really know her.
Yes or no?
I think all right, can I ask a question though?
No.
Is it because of her name that she's big?
That goes into your answer. You can't ask me a question about the answer you want to give to no. Yes or no? 5 seconds.
No, I say no.
No, okay. Do y'all remember this younger? Okay, Patton, yes or no?
No.
Did you say no too?
Is she bigger than Clarissa Shields?
What?
Is her accolades better than Clarissa Shields right now?
It's Layla Ali we talking about.
But do you know Clarissa Shields though?
I believe she retired undefeated, so I don't think she lost any. But I don't think that many.
To be honest, I don't know Clarissa Shields. Let me write that name down.
Look her up. And I'm asking because she's like one of 8 female or male boxers that dominated the different divisions of boxing.
Oh, well, Layla Ali probably didn't do that.
So that's where I'm like, I don't know her background to say it, but I look at Clarissa Shields today, and I don't think she had that back then. So that's why I say no.
But the name is important.
Yeah, well,
you can't just shrug off a name when you use it for good.
But I'm saying though, like, it's like if Tom Brady has a kid, like, he can be average, but
what are you talking about Tom Brady's kid? I'm just saying. No, you can't do that.
LeBron's kid, like, I'm saying if that person is average, they're going to have, their name is going to ring bells because that's their last name.
Right.
Oh, we saying right now, and I'll go to Lopez. Lopez, are you saying Layla Ali was an average boxer?
No. I know.
Cool. Go ahead.
I know what Alex said. She's going to get the opportunity because of the namesake. Yeah. I saying Alex, but what I'll say is Layla, like Ronda Rousey, had a very short career. I think she did not lose. But see, it's kind of tough because as far as if you say, all right, as a pioneer, give her that spot, I would be okay with that. But like,
I saw Ronda Rousey on one of those lists too.
Yeah, because I mean, before Ronda Rousey, nobody was watching or paying attention to women's UFC type fighting. But now, I mean, like now, I'm sure there's girls now who could probably beat Ronda Rousey and have beaten her. She's lost. Same thing with Layla Ali because like Ann Wolfe is like the new Mike Tyson girl type, fighter. So, but they would even say like Layla Ali helped their sport as far as like what she's done to promote it and things like that. So, is there players right now that's better than Lisa Leslie? Probably, but because Lisa Leslie and them guys were out front, they got more of a legend status. So I would say yeah. I will put her there.
Yeah, Lo, that's what I'm talking about.
I see.
Now, is she the GOAT? Is she the GOAT? No. But I will put her.
Exactly. That was the question he asked. Is she a GOAT?
No, it is not. No, it is not. No, it's not.
The GOAT list.
That is not what I said. I said I was looking at different GOAT lists, and I gave you a bunch of names that I saw on some of those GOAT lists. But I'm talking about our list.
I thought it was a GOAT. That's how I was like, well,
you know what? I might have said it. This is being recorded. I might go back and listen to know that.
Oh, man, listen to the tape.
Got check tape. I might have said that. Y'all right. I'm sorry, Pat.
He asked a 2-part question. Was she good and was she the GOAT? So it was like,
yeah, that's like you can.
Patton, would you wouldn't put it on the list? That's the last one. No. It's a long list of 100 people. She don't belong on it.
Well, that's different.
Goats, no.
100.
It's a lot of okay. All right, that's cool. I'm just saying.
Really great female athletes, absolutely, and that's apart from her father's name and legacy.
I never saw her lose.
But if you're talking about just her. No, but if you're just talking about her body of work, I don't think it's enough for you to put her on GOAT status.
Okay.
That's just my opinion.
Okay. All right. Just your opinion. Chill out. You hype. Got you. Look, he frozen. Look at him. Can y'all see him frozen? It's all good. It's all good, Pat. Anyway, last one before he passes over to Alex. I was listening to something earlier today that made me think, about actors and actresses and going to these award shows. And then I was listening to another podcast that was talking about we're celebrating actors and actresses for who can be the fakest because they're acting. There's green screens behind them. They're celebrating all this type of stuff. We look up to them, but they're really we're praising people for being fake. So then the next topic was in education as teachers. Why aren't teachers looked up to and respected as much as people respect actors? And they went into storytelling. They said teachers don't do a good enough job when teaching and conveying storytelling ideas and principles. And it made me think about it. I was like, okay, that's interesting. That's a whole nother topic, right? But with that being said, I wanted to ask everybody on this screen, who is one teacher that didn't, not the corny, I'm gonna say corny. I don't give a shit.
The cliche.
The cliche, thank you, Lopez. Eloquent in your brevity, as always. What's the cliche thing of this person was a mentor and I can go to them and they really changed my life? No, I'm not talking about none of that. Who was one teacher that said maybe one thing or did something that always triggered a sense of curiosity in your life? Meaning, one thing they might have said.
Now Dev's froze.
No, I'm not. I am not frozen. Y'all frozen.
Come
You're
on, Des,
frozen.
spit it out, Des.
Yeah,
No. Because on my screen, y'all frozen right
freeze
now.
yourself, bro.
Shut up. Because am I frozen for real? Listen, I'm still recording.
Okay.
On my screen, y'all was all frozen. But was I frozen?
Yeah, she was.
Does that look stupid?
Yeah.
Damn.
That's why we're all laughing.
F all y'all. Okay, number one. Number two, all three of y'all was frozen. But nah, for real. What's something a teacher might have said or done that has made you really think about seeing life differently, keeping your sense of curiosity throughout your life? Not somebody you've turned to, but something they might have said or done, and you're like, wow, 5-10 years later, I remember that teacher said something like that, and it's really stuck with you or triggered something. I'll go first. I had my best relationship with my saxophone teacher. He was crazy. Have y'all seen Finding Forrester or no?
No.
It's a good movie, but he reminds you of Sean Connery, just a brilliant guy, really intense. However, in high school, my philosophy teacher said, you should study philosophy because I think your brain is actually going in a different direction. And I didn't know it was going to go that route because all I had was B's in that class. So when she said that, I said, whoa, I never thought about philosophy. And then once I started getting into philosophy and theory and all this other stuff, it really changed my mindset. Her name was Miss Booballs. It's a very unique name, but
What was the name?
I'm sorry, you said Miss Blue Balls?
No. No, I didn't say that. I said Booballs.
Oh, okay.
And I was in
everybody try to hold their facial expression in like.
I gotta hear that name one more time. I gotta hear.
I'm not saying that again. No, I'm not doing it, Lopez.
I need to make sure I heard it right.
Everybody was like, okay.
I was looking. No, but for real, she was
Did she make a lot of people wait?
Bro, you gotta chill. You hype.
No, I'm not. To answer
Yeah.
questions and stuff.
Listen, who's next? Y'all lunching right now. All I'm trying to say is when she told me like, yo, I think you could probably be a philosophy major. I was already gonna be music major anyway, but it really made me think, and it was like, whoa, we can really have our minds shaped by different things people say, and that's just always stuck with me. So Lopez, what about you, Alex? Y'all can all jump in. Let's see. We can spend about 5 minutes on this topic, and then we'll pass the torch.
I'll go first. So my teacher, he actually is one of my favorite teachers, Mr. Metcalf. My 10th grade algebra teacher. And I don't necessarily remember like an exact phrase or word that he used, but I just always remember him just like challenging us, as a class. Mm-hmm. But I also had a personal relationship with him as well, as far as like the African American student league that we had at my high school, but then also in math, but just like challenging us as like Black people. And, like this is just like not looking at it like that we're just in a classroom, but actually look at it beyond that and for yourself. So that always kind of stuck with me. Mm-hmm. And just like thinking critically, like, why are you doing this? Or, you just like, do you want to just be average in whatever that you do? So to this day, like if I see him in a, fresh grocer, oh, what's up, Metcalf? He supports, we have an alumni game, my high school basketball team. He shows love, like to this day, like if I ever needed something or whatever, like he's still a support. So that's really good to know.
That's what's up, yo. That's what's up. That's why these teachers need more like praise, love, attention,
money,
everything, finances. Yeah, for real, man. Yeah. Like it's kind of ridiculous. And not to get too far off, because Patton already know. I called Patton yesterday over some stuff, and just like you try to do so much for these kids, and then sometimes, people get in the way and stopping you from doing what you're supposed to do. All right, Lo. All right, Pat. What's up? Hurry up, y'all lacking. Well, we know you frozen because you driving. Go ahead.
Oh, go ahead, Lo. I'll go last.
I'm trying to think somebody that's a little bit unorthodox. So, I my first grade teacher. Her name was Miss B. I go way back that far. I remember this lady. So she wasn't the inspiring teacher. So she didn't like talk to me as far as like telling me I could be anything or anything like that. I thought she was very, very mean. That's what I thought she was. She would always, if I didn't do my work or if I didn't have like what I was supposed to, materials I didn't bring in, she would always put me out there. And I didn't like her for that. You know what I mean? But what was crazy was she was a Black teacher in a The elementary school I went to was, I would say, definitely mainly white teachers, uh, mostly black kids, black and brown kids. But she was really, I felt like she was really mean and always put me on blast a little bit. So I didn't like her. I saw her probably maybe some years later. She actually lived in the neighborhood, so she's one of the few teachers that lived in the area. And she called me over to her porch. She was sitting on her porch, and I was walking, and she told me that why she was always so mean and got on me all the time, because she felt like you, Dev. She saw something in me early. She saw a spark early. Like, you're so much smarter than what you would show, or I know that you felt like you had to shy away from attention in class, whether it's because I wasn't the most fortunate kid when I was that young, or I was one of the few black kids in my particular class. But she sensed that I was shying away from being my true self and showing my potential, and so she felt like she had to stay on me to do it.
Damn, in first grade.
First grade, yeah, oh yeah.
That's what's up.
And any of my friends who will watch this that went to McKinley Elementary School with me,
Shout out to McKinley Elementary.
shout out to McKinley. They'll remember Miss Beatty and how Miss Beatty was. She just did not play. I don't have any real. I'm not saying she wasn't a good teacher. She was a great teacher. I don't have very memories of fun times where I remember her always get staying on us. But that stuck out because it was very unorthodox. But it was something that years later I look back and say I'm glad that she did that, because that thought and that idea carried me through college. When I went to a college that was the PWI, and I was in classes where I was one of 2 or 3 black kids in class, I would always think about her and the fact that she used to get on me for shying away from being myself, or shying away from shining and being who I was supposed to be. So, she was somebody that wouldn't have crossed my list as like one of my best teachers, but she definitely would be on my list as far as one of my most important.
Okay, that's what's up. It's good because it sounds like everybody has something different. Like, I did not, like, she was cool, and then I kept it moving. But one day she pulled me aside, and then what's his name, Mr. Metcalf?
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, that sounds awesome. And now Lopez going back to first grade. Nigga was like
first grade,
turning 7 or something, and she was like, oh, I see stuff in you.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. And that's super important to hear at that age, because that's when you start thinking, well, what, you know what I mean? Because I work with those little kids now that age, and you can just get your little brains processing. It's kind of it's awesome. All right, Pat, big tree. Nigga was this size in 2nd grade. What's up?
I really wasn't. I had a similar story to Lopez. So I won't go down that road. But I had a teacher in 5th grade named Miss Boston, who I thought hated me. I didn't like her. She was mean. She told my mom at the report card conference that she loved me. She just had to stay on me. She had me doing like Martin Luther King stuff and doing speeches and all of that afterwards. So she really became one of my favorite teachers, but I thought she hated me at first. But she's not the one that I'm thinking about as, who just said something who kind of wasn't there. So I go all the way to college, and I'm in behavior science statistics, which was the worst class ever.
Yeah, that sucks.
It's a combination of psychology and statistics. Like, oh my God, yeah. 2 hours long. So
a class you drop. That's what that sounds
like. No. Here's the crazy part.
No, I would drop it.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, I couldn't drop it because it was in my major. So. But it was a professor. Her name was Dr. Novi.
Shout out to Dr. Novi.
Yeah, shout out to Dr. Novi. She's probably in Arizona somewhere. But she stopped me one day after class. She was like, "Can I tell you something?" I was like, "Sure, whatever." She was like, "You're really smart, but you're just lazy." And I looked at her like, yo, who you talking to? She was like, "If you actually study, you probably could get straight A's on this." I was like, man, like I left feeling like kind of angry, but then it kept like stirring, and it was.
Then he froze. He froze up. No pun intended.
It's like a challenge. So I was like, I carried that with me throughout the rest of. That was like my 2nd year in college when I took that class. So I carried that with me all throughout, and masters and all of that. Like, she really unlocked something for me to let me know that I was smart. I just didn't always feel like dealing with the nonsense. So I had to figure out a way to, immerse myself in my studies, and it really let me know how smart I really was, but I just wasn't giving myself a chance. So shout out to Dr. Novi.
Shout out to Dr. Novi, man. Shout out to everybody, because this is a big deal. I don't know why, but it just makes me feel kind of good to hear y'all stories. I'm just gonna keep it 100%.
Well, I think if I could say something real quick, though, I think
Joe Lopez. Just glad to see you back on here. You know what I mean?
The thing is, though, a lot of people have these stories. This is the part of education that people who do push buttons don't see as important. So everybody, even those people who are in higher places that can push buttons to help educators, be in better positions to want to keep doing this work, they have stories of people who motivated them, who was important to them in their first, 12 years of existence with school. So it's just a shame, like Alex said, like we don't have more support with doing this work when everybody understands, whether they're conscious of it or not, how important those first messages in your life are outside of.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, man. Yeah, and shout out to my teacher crew, Claudette. Y'all, Claudette. She came to my birthday at my school. Chelsea, all these teachers that's been supporting me over these past hard months. Like I said, man, everybody's got it tough right now, but I just feel like the teachers, man, like it was a time when they said, they're underpaid, they don't get what they deserve. But now it's just like, yo, look, if teachers revolted, it'll be pandemonium in this country. It'll be like we lost power for a year. Like it'll be bad for the planet. But
I mean, think about it. If you look at any profession, everyone goes through a teacher. Like if it, you look at the athletes or whatever, like everyone has gone through school.
True.
So that's an obvious impact of where you want to put your funds.
Yeah.
And the fact of like seeing this week Philly teachers teaching outside, like what? That's crazy.
Yeah, man.
Yep.
Or they're sending them back and they're putting these little fans in the window. What is that going to do, right? So
yeah, nonsense.
It's a mess, and it's like, but you want them to perform well in the classroom for the students,
or go above and beyond, which
right? It
we
doesn't
do
make
every
sense.
day because of everything.
Right.
Yeah, I'm gonna stop it right there, just because I can start ranting. I did it to Patrick list yesterday. How long did we talk, Pat? For like a strong hour and a half, maybe.
Yeah, solid hour.
Can I
yeah, man, it was crazy.
shout out a movie?
What?
Can I shout out a movie?
Yeah, movie shout out. Endgame.
That's all I was about to say. The same thing. Endgame. We still talking about that?
Yeah, go ahead. I'm sorry.
So I was watching a Netflix movie with Denzel back in like the 1980s that I never saw before, and it was called Hard Lessons of the Story of George McKenna, and he was the principal in a LA. It was based off a true story. He was a principal in a LA high school, and pretty long story short, turns the school around. But I think that's a great movie for educators, anybody. But if you're in the profession of education or working with youth or teens, I think it's a great movie to watch. It's similar to like Lean on Me, which I like. Did y'all get Lean on Me from this movie or vice versa?
Mm-hmm.
But it was solid just seeing the impact and the passion that some of these teachers have, but they can lose it when they don't feel supported.
Oh.
Lean on Me was a true story too, Alex. Lean on Me was a true story too. Yeah.
I figured it was, but I wasn't 100% sure.
We had a football player too. Yeah, we had a football player from my school that went to Eastside High.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's what's up. Okay.
He went to the good version though. He was after the cleanup.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
Alex, if you can send the name of that in our group chat, and I'll watch it. I'm trying to just, I wouldn't mind watching it because you said it should be pretty good. So
there's a lot of good education movies that really give you a good understanding of what an educator goes through and feels like. Not just Lean on Me and stuff like that is the ones that a lot of people know, but I mean, like 187 sparks different conversation when you talk about the frustrations that people go through and just trying to help, and how much they're challenged.
That's what it is, Lopez. You just said it right there, because I was thinking if a camera crew followed us, and they would be like just seeing us talk, but they couldn't see the intrinsic things that we're going through because we care so heavily about them and the stuff we care. Right. You know what I mean? Go ahead, Lopez. Put you off.
Right. No, that's what I said. I mean, that movie to me, that's like one of my favorite teacher movies, because I know in my path to education, like I've been at Glen Mills, I've been at Camelot, I've been at schools where you're fighting the kids to educate them, and they're fighting you not to be there. There was really a lot of good kids there. I can't say that all the kids were bad or like that, but
yeah,
the kids' circumstances were so bad they just didn't understand how to fully accept education, and you had to fight them to get it, not because you had a quota to meet, but because I knew it was important for you to get this.
Yeah, man.
And it's difficult. It's very frustrating. It's difficult to do that and to maintain that level of love. But people do it, and they get very little. It's a thankless job. They get very little recognition for it.
Yeah.
So shout out to all the teachers, man. Shout out to everybody. Alex, was you about to say
something? I add something too? I'm sorry. I actually lost a student this past week to gun violence. Damn. And I was doing I was serving in AmeriCorps, with City Year in AmeriCorps, and it just brought that to my attention of the impact that we have towards with kids. And you literally serve a year, you get paid like little to nothing,
Mhm.
but you go to an underserved school and you serve there for a year, like through mentorship. And I was in an algebra class, and one of my like favorite students still kept in contact with me, came to
Mhm.
Philly in 2019 with his, family, and I met up with him, and I'm like, yo, if any of y'all come to Philly, because I was in Miami, if any of y'all come to Philly, like, let me know. But it's just like the impact from being a student to now being a form of a teacher to these kids,
Mhm.
and then seeing how they, connect with you. And it's like that's my biggest fear of like losing a kid. That I work with so many kids, and it's like that fear of, yo, like, not to sound pessimistic, but it's like, who's next? Or, you
Yeah.
know the gun violence in the city is crazy. I don't want to see one of my kids on the news, but it just shows you just that relationship of a teacher to student, and you never know the impact you have with anybody, but with kids it's a little different, because they might think like you're mean, or like, oh, she didn't like me, but then later it comes full circle. So I just wanted to share that. So shout out to his family, and that whole school, the West and Miami, that it was a double homicide, and they both were like 19, 20 years old. So shout out to their family.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's just really sad.
Yeah. We need a lot of prayers now, for real.
Yeah.
2020 was crazy, and Philly being in Philly is crazy. We've all seen and experienced it as recently as probably a couple of months ago for you. What, a week ago or a couple of days ago? So I'm not gonna even go down that road. It's just,
Yeah.
let these teachers do their job and trust the people you effing and hired. I'm
Mhm.
just gonna leave it at that, man. Like, trust the people. If you have questions, ask them, and people that you hire will be more than happy to tell you why they're doing what they're doing. But I'm gonna leave that alone. So yeah, shout out to all the teachers, man. We got y'all back, all four of us, and we all in education. We all working. So yeah, man. So that's big. So that's why I want a little quirkiness. Figure it out. Like, you know what? Not a mentor, but who says something that really triggers something. So shout out to my philosophy teacher in high school. She knows who she is. Cause y'all on some luncheon type time right now. So Alex, what's up? What's up with this question you have for us? We have a strong 15 minutes, because you brought up something about Valentine's Day and niggas don't do shit for people. I'm like, what are you talking about?
So hold on. All right. So I had posted this on Facebook. It wasn't a bashing the men. It was to see what people's thoughts were. Low, low, like, yeah, all right.
Yeah. Niggas ain't shit. Whoa,
As soon
whoa.
as soon as you start out with telling us what it's not, that's probably what it is.
Yes, thank you.
So I promise you it wasn't.
Yeah,
It was just to get people's thoughts, like we doing on here, right?
that's what they all say.
So the meme states, soon as a man says Valentine's Day really isn't my thing, it's just another day to me. Leave him immediately. Men will move mountains for the people they truly want to do it for.
Boo.
Boo?
Boo.
Why you say boo? I didn't hear nobody say boo in a long time.
So it's not bashing. It's just to hear different perspectives of um
Well,
Valentine's Day, or just even like how you celebrate holidays together.
See, now let me start off on this one.
Go ahead, love.
I'll say this. So the reason I don't like that statement is because you're putting the man's validation on one specific day, and the act of that day. Now, and I'll say this, I'll speak for myself. So I'm not a huge holiday person. I don't celebrate Christmas. I only do Thanksgiving because it's time for family to get together. I don't celebrate 4th of July, none of that kind of stuff like that. Easter, none of that stuff. So I'm not really a holiday person. I'm not a big birthday person. You know,
when's your birthday, Lopez?
March 14th.
Got you.
So it's coming up. But I don't require a lot. You know what I mean? Like anything anybody chooses to do or not do on my birthday is cool. I'm not offended. You know, I have very low expectations, right? Being a dad now, my kids making me something is better than, whatever. Now, my wife, on the other hand, is a very big holiday person. She loves, she's big on her birthday. She's big on, Valentine's. She's big on gestures of showing love and stuff like that. So she grades. Right. She loves a love language. She grades our love based on, those holidays sometimes. So sometimes we clash with our thoughts about that because of the way I think, the way that she thinks. Now, to combat that, I'm the type with my wife where I want her to have what she wants at all times. I want to give her the world.
That's right,
I
love.
want to I want to spoil her. So I spend every day doing it. She can have what she wants. She can do what she wants.
Lopez, you're married. Calm down. You're trying to get these listeners like, you know what I mean? Like,
no, I'm trying to tell them how you do it. Now, when I was a single man, that was a different story. But as a married man, I'm saying that now I'm gonna do something for Valentine's Day for her, of course. But what I'm saying is, the fact if I did or didn't on Valentine's Day, I don't. That's like making people slave to a holiday. That's just an American thing. You know what I mean? It doesn't say that I love you more or less because I don't celebrate you on this specific day, as long as I celebrate you every other day. So if my general celebration of you is that I show you love all the time, that's one thing. Now, if you got somebody who ain't really showing you nothing most of the time, and then on a holiday you don't do nothing, that's different. But to say right from when you meet a man that he says, I don't really do holidays, and you're saying I don't even want to deal with you, that means you're stuck on the materialistic idea of what you're going to get on those holidays, and that you might lose out on a good man. So I don't really like that.
Very true.
I don't really like that meme, because I know women will take that and run with it and say, yeah, girl, if he don't, and it's not really about that. It's not really that,
I don't know, yo. What you think? What you think, Pat?
I turn it around. Let's just say that somebody gives you the world on Valentine's Day and treats you like trash the other 364 days. Mm-hmm. You just not gonna leave him just because he come through on Valentine's Day or your birthday.
But it's a topic because it's a reason, Patton.
I get it. I'm to take it a step further from where Lo was. Like, I'm the type, I'd rather be spontaneous. If you already know Valentine's Day is coming, I'm gonna, like, you already expected something. So there's no element of size, there's no spontaneity in that. It's just, okay, I'm doing this because the holiday is here and you already know that we're gonna celebrate and do something like that's kind of whack to me. I mean, I get it, I understand it, and I know that's, a big holiday for a lot of women, but it's like, I'm the type, because maybe I'm just a jerk, but I would like skip February 14th altogether and do something really dope on like February 16th. Just cause I don't want to be, like Lopez said, slave to that holiday.
Right,
I don't want to do that.
No, y'all old heads. Y'all not thinking back when we was all 24 and 23.
We was dumb. That's why.
Was we dumb, or did it just mean more? No, it's different between being dumb and experience and all that. Go ahead, Alex. What? What would the priority? Like, things shift as we get older. I get it. But it's a topic for a reason. And if your job is to make your youngin', like Lopez said, cool and happy, and that's important, then it should be an important holiday. Now, to Alex,
not if it determines if you even be there or not.
What do you say? I couldn't hear you.
I said not if it determines the fact if you'll even be there or not.
What do you mean?
So, all right.
Take the space, Pat. I don't like that shit.
Again, if a girl meets and this is what I'm getting from the meme. Alex, you correct me if I'm wrong. If a girl meets a guy and in their initial conversations they're talking about holidays, whatever, and the guy says what the meme says, and automatically the girl that's a red flag, it says, I don't know if I want to deal with him because of how he's talking. That means she's that higher than the potential of a relationship. Now, if you're with somebody for years and you could say that man or my woman shows me that they love me through their actions, whether it's materialistic or not, all the time, and therefore holidays, they're still special or whatever like that, but they don't mean as much because my husband does for me all the time, my wife does for me all the time, then that's different. Because now if I ask the woman straight up, just like Patton said, would you rather have a man that hits every holiday on the nose but doesn't do nothing the rest of the year? Or would you rather have a man who spoils you all year long and maybe doesn't do so well on the holidays? Which would you rather have?
So here's my question for Alex and then everybody else. I know, Alex, you're supposed to be, I know this is your question, but I have a question for you and everybody else. This actually happened to a friend of mine. She likes this guy. She's in her late 20s. She said, okay, we talk a little bit, been talking for about 2 or 3 months. She likes him. And I'm assuming he likes her too. And she said, so are we going to do anything for Valentine's Day? And he legit said, nah, I don't really celebrate Valentine's Day. So she's like, oh, I just take that as, you don't really like me like that. So, no. In my head, I'm like, I know how guys are though a little bit. Like, it's kind of like, you know what? Like, I'm like you said. What was read your thing one more time that you said? Because you said move mountains. If a dude likes you, he'll.
Maybe you don't want to move a mountain in 3 months.
Hold on. I want to hit a question. I want to hit it just real quick.
All right.
As soon as that man says Valentine's Day really isn't my thing, it's just another day to me. Leave him immediately. Men will move mountains for the people they truly want to do it for.
So what happened if your boyfriend said no to Valentine's Day to you?
So let me I'll share my opinion.
Not to get too personal, but
yeah. No, I think it's a conversation at the end of the day. Like how Lo said, if one person views it this way and the other person views it that way, then how can we meet in the middle? Right? Where it can still be special to you, but you understand that that's not really like how I operate. So I think that's like the playing field right there of communication. Like when you meet someone, talk about those things. Like, how do you celebrate holidays? You know, are you a gift giver? Do you like giving gifts, but you may not like receiving gifts? Like those are all different love languages that I think is important to talk about. But you know, I had in my past, I had guys be like, it's a man-made holiday, I'm not doing nothing. And it's like, I get that. Like, I'm not going to take that away from anybody. But it's almost like rebellious of like, I'm not doing this because, where if whether you do things for me throughout the year, that's great. But my question is, why wouldn't you want to do something nice on, even if it's a made up holiday? Why is that so bad? Right? I look at when people talk about marriage, right? Why would we get married if we cool, we live together? Why? Why wouldn't you want to marry them? So I look at it as for holidays, whether it's Valentine's Day or any other day, whatever, I look at it like, why not? Even if you do things all year round, that's great. No one's taking away that. No one's taking that away from you. But it doesn't have to be you go broke. It doesn't have to be like, I know Patton said, but then you gotta know the person that you're with too. Because if you're with a woman that like Gucci bags, that's a totally different story.
She lunching.
I'm simple, right? I'm simple. So like it can be a little surprise or something that just showed that you just thought about something. And you didn't have to pay much for it. You know what I mean? But you got to know the person that you're with, and that goes back to communication. So my thing is, do I say leave him immediately? No, I would not say that. I don't agree to this.
Damn, leave him immediately was the quote. That was in that joint.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, like, I don't, in real life, I wouldn't say leave him immediately, but I would, if a guy says that, I would ask, like, okay, can you explain more about that? Like, I want to know where you're coming from. I just look at it as like, why not do something nice? Like, is it that bad?
Go with Big Tree.
And you can still be spotting.
Is it that bad?
Spontaneous on VDAY.
I don't think so. I don't think so. Because
I know I'm not gonna do nothing because it's Valentine's Day. Like,
no, I'm not saying that. I'm not saying like that. Like I'm just an old Grinch, and I'm just no. I just would rather not, because a lot of times, and I'm speaking generally, a lot of times when, like, okay, I'll go through a past relationship. My wife is not like this, but in a past relationship, I did the most this one Valentine's Day because I think I might have missed something or forgot something or whatever. All right. So I did the most this one Valentine's Day. The next year came, I went above and beyond, like traveling to, different states and doing surprises and surprise after surprise after surprise. So the next year, on my who?
On your Lopez.
Right. So the next year, I'm like, all right, well, I'll do something, that's not that I didn't have money or didn't think about doing it, but it was just like, all right, well, let's try something different. Well, no, you gotta, huh?
You gotta top it.
What you mean?
Yeah, that's
so I gotta go above and beyond, because now you expect it. Now, once I do that, you associate that with how much I'm into the relationship or how much I love it, or you just come to the point where now that's what you expect. That's the standard. And then that's like, no, that's not the same. No.
You should have started.
I also believe that Valentine's Day has gotten a little one-sided, where
You kidding me?
Because really, if Valentine's Day is a holiday of love, like a birthday is yours. So I'm doing something for you, and it's not, it doesn't have to be reciprocated, right?
Right.
Birthday comes around, but Valentine's Day is supposed to be a day of love, which means we should be able to have a conversation about what we want to do. It doesn't always have to be. I think the gift part, and I'm speaking because I'm not a good gift giver. I'm really not. I'm the person. Like I said, my wife is spoiled. She gets whatever she wants all year. It's easier for me to say yes than to plan gifts. I just don't really compute that because that's not how I think. But so it's hard for me to always think like, what do you give somebody who gets anything they want? It becomes difficult to try to figure out what to do. But when Valentine's Day is about us celebrating our love, is it not a conversation about what do we want to do?
Well, but
that's not the normal read. That's not the normal read of Valentine's Day. Expect something from men, and men being made to feel like, well, if we say, well, what about me?
It's not for you.
It's not for you. But it's like, when did Valentine's Day become bad?
Our question now. Do y'all want something for Valentine's Day, or do you want to be thought about? Because most men say they don't care. So if y'all don't, I'm playing devil's advocate. I really think some men like, oh well, why I have to do all this for you? But then if she does something for you, they're like, oh no, I'm cool. But why can't you let her do something nice for you?
All right, wait a minute. Hold.
Wait, it's a difference between saying no.
Rare.
No, it's not. I think
it's
no.
It's not. I'm not saying all, but
no. I think
there's men out there.
Most guys will say, even the guys will say, no, I'm cool. If you just did it, they would accept it. Now, of course,
exactly.
You ask them, they're not going to say like, oh yeah, no, I want you to do something Valentine's Day for me.
Exactly.
No, it's not going to sound like that. I agree, but I look at it as,
if you just did it, they're going to accept it. Even the most hard.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you for that. It's like,
But if a woman doesn't do that over time, you're going to feel like, damn, like I do all this for you. What you do for me?
No, they actually probably won't. It's only if the expectation of you.
We already know that's how it go.
If your Valentine's Day, I guarantee you, if you and your boyfriend's Valentine's Day came and went every year, after a while, he would not speak up first about missing those gifts.
But that's the thing. You're not going to speak up. But how you feel is how you feel. So a lot of times you might not verbalize it because it sounds weird coming from a man. But deep down inside, you might, like you said, it's one-sided. So therefore, there is a thought of, why do we always have to do this?
But guys are givers.
No.
We provide. So we might get solace and content just by doing that. After that is over, we cool. We see
right,
you
chilling. But if you say this is one-sided, there's a thought of, well, why can't it be mutual?
That's
right.
No, because I'm saying guys don't hang the entire aspect of love to one act or one day. So therefore, if you happen to miss a day, if you miss my birthday, I'm not looking at the gift you gave me and say, what does this mean? How does this define our love? Like, you know what I'm saying? Girls would dissect the meaning of a gift. So if I come in, I bring you flowers, you're looking at the type of flowers. Where did you get them from? How many of them is it? And then it's like, well, is that how you love me? No, it's the gestures doesn't match that way. We don't think that way. So if you decide to buy me, if you came and bought me a sweatshirt, thank you for the sweatshirt. If it's nice, I'll wear it. You know what I mean? Like, and that's as much as it goes. If you bought me an ugly sweatshirt that I would never wear, I'm not going to say, oh, she must not even love me because she got me this ugly looking sweatshirt. So obviously she's not that into me. So you know what? I don't know if we're going to keep going. Like, then I go down a rabbit hole with it. Where when, like, why did he get me this? Like, he knows I don't like this kind of stuff. He doesn't even really know me. And then it goes this whole type of, where it's not really that, it becomes more of a,
look at Pat.
It becomes more of a gauntlet to a guy where it's like, oh God, Christmas and now Valentine's Day. Like, I just had to try to get through this. Be like that. Where really it should be a celebration of love. So it's just like an anniversary. When you do an anniversary, it's a celebration of love, right? So it's okay to discuss, like, what do you want to do for an anniversary? Like, you want to go out to eat? Like, we're doing something together to celebrate us.
Which I'm all for.
Yeah, which Valentine's becomes
togetherness.
Yeah, Valentine's becomes a gift thing where it's like, what are you doing for me? And it's like, I'm not saying I need something. I'm just saying that that's not what Valentine's Day is supposed to be. It's supposed to be saying we should be. So for us, let's put the kids somewhere. Let's go do something together and be romantic with each other.
Right, love.
When it becomes a gift giving thing or one sided, it loses luster because it's like, all right, if I mess this up, I'm gonna get punished the next 2 weeks for it. You know, if I get it right, then I was supposed to get it right.
Yeah, Patting on this. You go.
Yeah, thanks, Pat.
Oh,
thanks,
I know the deal. I know the deal, bro. Listen,
Yeah, I feel the support.
Yeah, man.
It's a very, and I will say, I remember when I used to celebrate Christmas when me and my wife first got together, it was Christmas. Our anniversary was New Year's Day. Her birthday's February 5th, and then Valentine's Day. That was like, you know, when you see running backs running through the tires, that's what that was for me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was a hard part of the year. I exhaled in March when my birthday came here because I said at least I made it through.
Made it.
Well, do you feel like it's that exhausting because you do so much throughout the year?
I think I feel it is that exhausting because one, I'm a very simplistic person. I'm very easy to please, and two, it's like I said, it's the part where it's like, what do you give somebody who gets everything? You know what I'm saying? When I say everything, my wife truly can have whatever she wants. She gets everything. So it becomes harder to, and then I know she'll say like, "Oh, I want more heartfelt gifts and stuff," and it's like, I don't know how much stuff I can make you. How many poems can I write you and stuff like that? Where it's like,
poem Lopez. That's what I'm talking about.
I've done all that. I had
violence is blue. You know what I mean?
Listen, we got 15 years in, so I've done everything. So it's like, you know, it becomes harder to like. And I will say this: it wouldn't be that bad about getting gifts right if guys wasn't judged so hard for them. I think that's the part where it's like, if girls were more accepting of the gesture as it was, I think that would make it easier for guys to be okay with doing. But when you know, like, all right, like whatever I give her, this is going to mean something. I don't know what, you know, how she's going to read this gift, but it's going to be read. And so it puts a lot of pressure to be like, I don't want my whole love for the year defined by this one gift that I gave or didn't give. And I always feel like that.
Then, then you got to talk about that X factor. What's family members and friends. Oh, what did he get you for Valentine's Day?
Yes.
Oh, I just got a little car. A car?
That's a car.
Come on, bro.
You gave him children in a
exactly. Now we got to deal with that too. Come on, man. Yeah, it get critical.
Gave him children, you give him a car. That's wild.
It could be a heartfelt card that you wrote in and poured your soul and all your feelings and emotions into, because that's what she been wanting. So she say.
Well, at least dim the lights and light a candle when you give it to her or something. You know what I mean?
See, look at you, extra man. No,
I'm trying to help your ass out. Y'all the married niggas. I'm trying to be
exactly. So you ain't got to help me out.
I'm trying to help you out. I'm trying to help
you out. You'll fully understand in a minute. That's what I'll say. I'll say you'll fully understand in a minute.
Yes, you will. Yes, you will.
I'm just saying, Fuller Lopez, turn the lights down low, the candle, get the smells, the aromas. You know what I mean?
There you go. Okay.
That at least helps a little bit, change the environment. Sheesh. So,
no, it don't help. Don't help.
I'm looking out. I bet you it would help. You ain't even done it yet. Stop trying to play me. Yeah, you frozen. Shut up.
No, I'm saying.
We haven't done it yet. What are you talking about?
So here's the thing. Here's the thing where Alex brought up. She said when you're having those initial conversations, right, and you're asking somebody how they do certain things. Here's the other thing. If the guy tells you about anything they've ever done before, oh, he got to X all that off the list.
Yes, sir.
So he can never. So if he ever says, "Oh yeah, you know, I'm a flowers and candy guy. You know, I've done flowers and candy. I've done whatever."
Can't repeat that.
Yeah, you can't do that again. So the list.
My question is though, like, I know you're generalizing, you know, women.
Yes.
And I'm not. Don't worry, I'm not taking this like a person or anything. But it's like there are different types of women out there that aren't just, you know, like, I need gifts or. Like, for instance, I'm not even a flower person. You give me food, I'm cool. Like, and I know that there's not many women like that, but
so if your boyfriend walked in on Sunday
with edible arrangements, I'm cool.
That's a good Valentine's Day.
But I mean, but hold on, but check this out. So if I get what you're saying of like the not going over and beyond, but doing something more of like oh, if I just hand her a card versus like a card, candle, and then the lights. Like that's like that extra, you know, oomph to it.
But if it's Alex, how long have you and your boyfriend been together?
4 years.
All right, so y'all got 4 this would be Valentine's 4 for y'all or Valentine's 5?
4. I think.
Okay, so y'all let's just walk with me. So y'all got 4 Valentines in. So he's still very early in his creative juice for Valentine's. He still has a lot of room. Mm-hmm. How many Valentine's Day do you have in with the missus?
Wait, I'm confused.
Hold on, let me just walk with me. Walk with me for a second.
Uh-huh.
Tim, how many Valentine's Day do you have?
Oh, you're asking now.
Oh, God. 14.
14. So, like me, this will be my fifth. This will be year 15.
I just get left out this whole thing for real.
Yeah,
real?
this would be 15.
I'm gonna come to you, Dev.
right,
Dev,
man.
you're not in a committed relationship right now.
I am in a committed relationship right now. What are you talking about?
Are you? Okay, how many Valentine's Day do you have in with your significant?
One. I guess.
This is your first one. All right, so Dev, let me just say, yours got to be creative out of this world. This is your first one. You definitely got knocked.
That's why he's talking all that ambiance.
Exactly.
And all that
Yeah, because he has to be there.
I think, okay, 14 years, right? You can't think of 14 different things to do. Like, is it that?
No, see, but that's the thing, because you do so much throughout the year and other times, like you can't repeat any of that stuff.
So Alex, let me say, it has to be 14 different things. It can't be nothing that you did throughout the year, and it can't be nothing you did prior to that relationship. So it's not just 14; it's 400.
Damn.
I got you.
I can't do something for you on Sunday that I did during the course of the year, or for your birthday, nothing like that. So that's out.
So
I can't do nothing I told you about that I did for another woman. That's out. And I can't do nothing I did the years prior. Because
hold on, Lopez. I'm thinking back now. You're right, and I'm not even trying to be funny. Everybody knows I was engaged at one point, and I think it was about 8 or 9 Valentine's Day Johns, and I was younger. I was just like, ooh, like.
Yes, it gets harder.
Hey,
it's tough.
Valentine's Day. Oh shit! Valentine's.
Look,
it gets hard.
Gifting for kids gets easier because eventually it ends. When they are out, I don't have to gift for you no more, so I don't have no pressure. So I can actually up the ante every year until you're 18 and say, all right, I'm done. With times it never ends. So if I try to play the up the ante game, then at some point I'm gonna plateau. I'm gonna max out, because what else can I do? I can't, what else can I do if I can't repeat, or I've done all the simplistic things. During the course of the year, I'll buy you everything that you want, so you don't want the material stuff anymore, And if the small gestures are not enough, like Tim said, if I make you a heartfelt card or I write you a poem, and then, even that becomes stagnant, especially if I did it the year before. So it's like it becomes hard for guys to try to match that every time. Like, and again, when the definition of our love is going to be attached to that gift, it becomes a pressure cooker. It does. A lot of guys may not want to say it, but it's difficult, man. And I think that's why a lot of guys hate it. Now, I'm not talking about the player guys who are like, they hate Valentine's because they want to spread themselves around. I'm talking about guys who are in relationships. Why do they hate Valentine's Day? And I'm telling you, this is why. Because it's a very difficult thing after a while. And even though women will say, like, because my wife is quick to say, oh, I'm easy. I'm simple. All you got to do is, but that's how you see it. And I don't think like,
don't you believe it?
Yeah, I don't think like women. So it's not all you have to do. It's not very simple. Maybe other women will think it is, and they'll agree with you that it is. But to a group of men, it's like, no, that's extremely hard. Like the fact that we're having this conversation, a lot of women are probably looking at us like, what are these guys talking about? They're having a conversation about how to give Valentine's that hard, but it is, if you listen to what we're saying.
Chest hurt right now. Yeah, sheesh.
Yeah. 14 and 15 Valentine's days in, and we're, I'm struggling. Like I got 3 days to try to get this thing together.
I ain't struggling at all. I wrote a song one year, a whole song. Wrote it, produced it, all of that. Guess what happened next year? Where my song at? Huh? No, I'm not doing that again, because then it's gonna be like it's the same thing. No.
Now let you have done a song. She'll be like, again, another song.
Exactly.
Now you're not even being creative. Now you're not being creative.
Come on now.
It was good last year. I didn't need a remix.
And I'm not dogging. Don't get me wrong. I'm not dogging women. I'm definitely not dogging my wife. She actually get it. She actually understands. She's like, oh no, that's how my husband is. But it doesn't mean that I know where he is. It's not like, it's like, man, forget you. It's not that. It's just,
no. I'm trying to get
where I gotta go. What room do I now once I get to that wealthy status, then okay, I'll buy you a yacht.
Right.
Or I'll buy you
we can open up another.
Now I can do that. But after so much of that, then where you go? Because and then they'll say, well, it's not about the money. It's not about the. It's not. So I can buy you a $5 gift from Five Below, and you Gucci. Come on, stop. Ain't no need to lie.
That noise, Kevin Samuels at the type time.
No, I'm not.
Oh, you like him too? Ooh.
I watched Kevin Samuels. I ain't going to
He's
Kevin Samuels time. I'm just trying to be.
He's the top for another day. I am.
Yeah, he is. But Alex,
Okay.
is true? And I'm asking you because you're a rare breed, and I don't want you to think that I'm just like I'm not bashing women. I know it is some women out there that are really like cool with whatever, but the majority, if I got real creative and Five Below on a whole.
That don't even sound right, bro.
It doesn't sound right. Why doesn't it sound right? Why doesn't it sound right though?
I got crazy in Five Below for real. What?
But why doesn't it sound right?
I got busy in an aisle on CVS one year, and that was like one of my best Valentine's Day.
That's what I'm saying. Why doesn't that sound right?
It could be done. It could definitely be done. It's just
I'm not saying they can't. I'm just saying
how many times can you do it? That's the
why,
question.
So now I'm asking you, why doesn't it sound right though?
Listen, not me. You guys, Alex.
No, because you laughing, man.
Yeah, nigga, I'm laughing because it sounds funny as hell. Like I'm a dude. Get crazy and Five Below. Are you kidding me? Because money is associated with Valentine's Day. It's associated with gift giving in general.
Okay, now let's ask Alex if that's the truth or not, because she might prove you wrong.
Okay, that's cool.
To me, it's not, but I can understand why y'all say most women. But I look at it as like knowing the person that you're with. Like I'm very simplistic.
That changes though, Alex. That changes. I'm telling
you. But no, like I really look at like I look at it if for real, like even like gifts, right? I don't ask my boyfriend for anything. Like if I can afford it, I'll go out and get it. But most women don't think that way. They say, "Oh, let me ask my boyfriend to go pay for my hair." No, I pay for my own hair. If you decide to gift that to me, then okay. But I don't expect it. You trying to make your moves, I'm trying to make my moves, and I can afford it. And if you're trying to help me, that's one thing. So I think very different than a lot of women. So when it comes to gifts, I don't look at it like how much are you. We literally talked about like wedding rings, for instance. I will look at you like a fool if you buy me this expensive ass wedding ring. Why? They can go towards a house.
Really?
That's how I think. But that's so odd because most women don't think that way. I don't need a big rock on my finger.
What if it's the other way though? What if it's the other way? So instead of him coming with this big, just saying, no, I can go to a house. What if he's coming with some thin, some thin mint ring?
He will say thin mint.
I mean, you know what I'm saying? Like, so go the other way.
Yeah.
Because like I said, that way, like that's thinking practical, right? He buys like a $50,000 ring. You're like, hold on, I would have took a $10,000 ring and put 40 on the house. That's better. That's thinking practical. But what if he came with a ring that was to you undervalued?
I mean,
would it change the gesture? He got down on one knee,
like a cubic zirconia or something like that.
Right.
I mean, let's be real. You want something somewhat real, right? Like, I don't even know the price range of wedding rings, to be honest. I don't. But if it was like a couple thousand, okay, I'm not like that's knowing my personality and a type of woman that I am.
A couple hundred.
I mean, I don't know. I don't even know what that looks like. So I can't even say that. Like if I were to Google, when I get off the podcast with y'all, I will Google a ring that costs $900 and see what it looks like.
You're gonna be laughing.
I said a couple. I said a couple hundred. That's like 200.
But so like, but I know we're on time, but it's like, if you know my personality, that's not where I would want it. Like I would feel really stupid wearing a ring that was $50,000. Like I wouldn't even want to wear it because I'm gonna be like, dang, I'm out and about. I feel like I gotta watch and protect myself.
But those are good problems though. I want you to reverse it. That's a good.
If it was something small, I'm okay with that. And I know people that are close to me that it was that situation you're talking about, and everyone has something to say. And it's like, if y'all on the same page, it don't matter what everybody else got to say. People gonna talk regardless.
That's true.
But I get exactly what you're saying though. Like if it was something small, measly, would you have that same energy? And
measly.
like I would, if it's small, at least if it looks nice and it matches me, then I'm okay with it. Because I'm looking at where can we make this money go somewhere else and make more money.
Listen, I paid $799 for my ring. And I said, this joint shiny and it's got the clusters in it to make it look like it was big and super shiny. So I know about them $100 joints. Ain't you supposed to do like half your salary? What was it?
It's supposed to be like three times. it should be at least 3 months worth of your salary, something like that.
But the fact that that's even a rule, like a unwritten rule,
Hell
like, that's crazy.
Well,
Western American, you know what I mean? That's.
I mean, there's a documentary video about wedding rings that will open your eyes up to the fact of why we even do it.
Diamonds, blood
about
diamonds.
About diamonds. So it's like really, really we shouldn't use diamonds in wedding rings. We shouldn't do that. I mean, it's all kind of a ploy, but it's a custom that we do. We're used to it. We're Americanized, you know what I mean? But there's a lot behind it. But again, if a guy came out with that, I don't know how that will be received because, like I said, that's a tradition that women look forward to, getting a ring, getting a nice ring, a ring that does show that, he wants to be with you, he's serious.
Yeah.
I think for those reasons, it's okay to judge it, but I'm just saying, like, at the end of the day, in I guess in all practicality, the fact that he's saying that he wants to marry you, it really shouldn't matter what he pulls out, right?
You're right.
Technically, it shouldn't matter if he's on his knees saying, "Listen, I want to be with you. I want you to be the mother of my children. I want to spend the rest of my life with you." And he pulls out, you should be able to accept that because that's, because it's the gesture. Now that's not reality, but I'm just saying, like, that's the part I think we got lost with, even with these holidays where.
But I don't think a ring comes into play when she's making her decision, though. That's later on.
No.
I don't know about that one. I don't know about that. I joke around a lot, but all seriously, I don't know about that.
So when does it come into play?
What do you say? I'm sorry.
So when do you think it comes into play?
Later. Like if a man is on his knee and he loves you and you love him and all that, and you look at the ring, you might say yes, but maybe later on that night or the next day.
Oh, I see.
Oh yeah, okay. I mean, yeah, not that.
When she might be you like, hold up.
Yeah, she might have so many tears in her eyes she can't look down and see the cubic.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying.
But you best believe when she puts that thing on and walks away from you, the first thing they're gonna be doing is looking like trying to size it up next to the
break out the magnifying glass.
Their girlfriends who are married or whatever like that. Yeah, so it's going to get compared to somebody's ring, and if it doesn't stand up, it's going to be a problem.
Yeah,
I mean, I look at celebrities; they get married one day, next minute they divorce, and they had this big old ring on their finger. Like, let's be real, that doesn't the size of the wedding ring doesn't mean.
But they can afford that though. That's in proper ratio. Those guys are
true.
They can give you a $80,000 ring. That's nothing to them. I'm talking about we're talking about the regular, middle class working professionals that we're saying, all right, if you want three months of my salary on a ring, that's
crazy. That's crazy, y'all. I'm just like,
real
with y'all.
Huh?
That rule sounds crazy. Like,
I wonder who was I made that up, but that's what it was. I don't think I followed that when I got, but I was more under the assumption that the good thing about diamonds is that they don't depreciate and you could always upgrade them. So that's the good anniversary. That we might start with this one, but I'll upgrade you every year until we get to that one that you want. So it's ways to do it.
That's a new creative thing.
Yeah, we talked about it, and that's what we got, because 3 months of my salary at that time was like nothing. So
I got you. That's what's up though.
But I'm just saying this falls into the idea of following into narratives that are not originally ours.
Mm-hmm.
And these are narratives that affect relationships though, because Valentine's Day can make or break some relationships or drastically affect some relationships because because they get judged so hard, when really, if you look at the totality of your relationship and you compare it to that one day, is that worth giving up on a relationship because of one gesture?
Right.
And that's I think that's what the takeaway is that I'm not gonna say all women, because I'm not gonna generalize. I'll say that women are more inclined to judge
I was snapping on you
of a relationship than a man would when it comes to one gesture.
Can we give a gesture of praise to Patton for finally not driving anymore? Patton, you've been driving this entire time. I'm just happy that you stopped. Where are you now? Are you safe?
Yes, I am.
Where you at?
I'm at Wawa. I'm gonna get gas.
Y'all know how long this nigga been driving? Have y'all seen? He been driving this whole time.
Hour and 26 minutes.
I know. That's what I'm saying. Like, dang, that's your work drive for real?
Yeah.
Get out the car. Stretch your legs, man. Put your mask on. Mask up. Okay. Do what you gotta do.
I'm gonna do it. I'm just chilling for a second.
Okay. All right, man. Yeah. Welcome.
Take a breather.
Yeah. Take a breath. Sheesh. I ain't even going on you. That's a long ass drive.
Well, that's cool.
All right, Alex, you got anything else?
No, I think that's everything. It's just communicating what, those expectations in relationships. And, I think once you communicate and find out what you need in a relationship. That would it would make more sense to everybody. You may not agree with it, but at least you'll understand why that person feels the way they do, going either direction.
Leave
Yeah,
that,
I agree.
leave that nigga if you don't do a Valentine's Day. That was the quote. Is that what
Yeah,
I
but it was literally to generate conversation. I don't personally agree with leave him immediately.
immediately leave?
Leave him eventually. It should have said leave him eventually.
Yeah.
No, because I dealt with guys that were like, oh, and it's like, okay, I get you, but like,
Yeah, but what's the that's the next question I think we can talk about next is in my next, maybe the next podcast is what's the quality of guy that quote applies to?
true. That's
Oh,
very
God.
true.
I think that's
God.
different.
Don't do that.
That's very true.
So
Now, that's
I mean,
the
I've had
Kevin
guys that I
Samuels.
just talked to do something for me, like nothing crazy, but they did something for me, just like, oh, this is something special. Then I've had guys where I was in a relationship, ain't really do much. So it's like, you're right. What is the quality of the individual or the level that you're at with this person?
we kind of talked about it, but
Yeah.
Pat, did you want to say anything while you chilling? Are you good? Because you're about to close out.
I'm good. I think I did my job tonight.
You was funny tonight, and we had the Love Doctor on. So
And in the back, like,
well, that's not the Love Doctor. Lopez is a Love Doctor because of the conference we did. He was going in on the love languages.
Yeah, he the love doctor.
Yeah, I could tell that already.
I just try to bring it real, man. I just try to bring some reality to it. I don't want to, I don't want to bash women and stuff like that. That's not what I'm intending to do. But
Kevin.
Some of that stuff does apply, unfortunately.
Mr. Samuels, if you will. I got you, Big Tree.
Listen, I'm all for that, man.
I'm not.
That's what I'm learning from him, man. Sometimes the truth. Sometimes the truth is very difficult to take in. Sometimes, and
truth and perspective.
Delivery is everything. I do know with him, delivery is everything. I know, he turns a lot of women off based on delivery. But if you get past that, the message, just like this podcast tonight, people might see this and hear what me and Tim said right from the beginning and automatically be turned off because we're trying to defend, or we sound like we're trying to defend men not doing anything on Valentine's Day when that's not what we're saying. That's not what we're saying. I'm going for my wife. Tim, I'm sure he's going to do something for his wife. But what we're saying is,
I didn't know that.
As men who are experienced with being with one woman and going through many Valentine's days, we have a different take that's realistic. It's a realistic take on Valentine's Day based on our experience, and we're two different men who have the same understanding because we went through the same experiences. Now, Alex's boyfriend, like he may be able to chime in 10 years and say, I know, I understand what you guys are saying. I get it. It's not a bad thing. We're just being honest. That's all. We're just being honest. Not trying to bash.
Yeah, I get y'all.
Yeah, I believe women deserve to be loved, every day, not just one day. But
right, love.
It should be both ways, though. I look at what can I do that's something special. It isn't. I'm not, not to expect it, like you said, expect it from the man to do everything. Because I can understand it gets tiresome, but if you're both doing something, then one year it could be like, okay, your wife is planning something. And then the next year it's you, or it's like, well, okay, what do we want to do? Or do you want a surprise, or she wants a surprise? And I think that makes it fun and exciting where it can break maybe the monotony of like, okay, every year we're, whatever.
We're trying to figure it out.
If women are up for the challenge to do something, I'm all for that as well. Who am I to just sit back and just be like, oh, you do this, you do that? Like, I feel like that's weird. But if I can plan, like I got something planned, I won't say it just in case you hear this. It's not really a surprise, but you know what I'm saying. But
in our chat, let's tell everybody what everybody got planned on Valentine's Day, and then maybe we can recycle them for next year so we can have more options. You know what I mean?
Maybe a Valentine's Day Rolodex.
Yeah, that might be something to think about.
You can make an app or something. You never know. Make some money.
Oh yeah.
The fellas need it, right?
Yes, they do. Yes, they do. Yes, they do.
Yeah.
That's a good idea.
A repository of Valentine's Day idea.
Yes.
That might be okay. Yeah. We might need to think about it. We already know how we be getting down. So I'll think about that too. But all seriousness, great talk. I enjoyed this one. This was funny. Shout out to Alex, Captain Marvel. We got new entrants coming out, so make sure y'all look at the whole intro. I changed some things up. I'm getting really good at this video editing stuff. So I'm going to add some little more flair and get glitz and glams and all that. So it should be good. But all seriousness, like, subscribe, share, please. Big Tree with the shape up, having a good day. Finally stopped driving. Lopez, welcome back. Like Cook Crack, yes. Pete Rock, Cook Crack Cocaine, Jack is back. And Alex, thank you, Captain Marvel. Do your job. It's important. You got to watch it. I'm not playing no more, okay?
I got you.
Nah, for real. Like, you know how we be joking? Ha, ha, ha. Like, nah, it ain't no joke. I know you go hard, but guess what? We go hard too. Watch Infinity War, and then go ahead and watch Captain Marvel, and then Endgame again, please.
I got you.
At least by what, March? Can we give a March deadline?
It's a really busy month for me.
No. It's a busy month for all. No.
So I say in March, I could do it in March. Because
no,
I told y'all the Black Old Philly website launch is happening February 26th, virtually 7 to 8:30. We'll have a DJ host, all of that good stuff. So
wow.
That's a lot that I got to do.
The show.
We'll be there.
It's so much.
No,
it's so much in my mind.
That was perfect.
Hold up.
Perfect.
You got text me that information again.
Put the link in our group chat so I can get there.
I got y'all. I'll send it.
Say it one more time, please. One more time.
So Black Old Philly, it's called Black Owned Philly, aka BOP, is a marketing advertisement platform for Black owned businesses in the Philly area. So we're launching our website on Friday, February 26th from 7 to 8:30 p.m. It's virtual. We're going to have vendors, DJ hosts, raffle drawings, all that good stuff. So it's really going to be a good time, and we're promoting Black businesses. That's really our goal. And, consumers buy Black, and then affordable packages for businesses to be able to advertise with us. Gotcha. So I will make sure y'all have that information.
Yes.
Yeah, we did. We'll spread the word too, because a whole bunch of youngsters that are trying to get into it. And
I appreciate that.
Yeah. So keep that info. Send me the info, and I can put it in the show notes too. So, whew, this is an interesting topic. I'm glad we talked like this. I actually feel better. I had a tough day today, but like I said, mental therapy was good to talk to my squad. I could decompress a little bit and listen to y'all. Really enjoyed listening to the educational piece for some reason. I don't know why. Maybe it's because I could tap into Lopez's sensitivity as a first grader, and Patton being, typical Big Tree in college. I'm not trying to listen to nobody think you know everything, but that's cool. That's what's up. Everybody, we good. I'm glad that we all out here, man. Everybody, stay safe, please. Make moves, move markets, believe bigger, faster. God bless us to work. Lopez, you gotta give us a saying to go out, and then Alex, once you finish your movies, you gotta give us a saying to go out. We need those. So everybody, God bless, stay safe, love y'all, peace.
All right.